Alrighty guys, hope you're doing well. Good little video today talking about scale sequencing. So I'm sure most people have gotten to a point in their guitar playing, career, their journey, where you learn your scales, you learn your modes, you play them diatonically, you do them up and down like drills, you can rip through them, and then you go, yeah, right, so this is all starting to sound the same. You got no unique kind of sounds, nothing sounds interesting, and you can improv all day over different keys, different tracks, whatever, but nothing's memorable, and you're starting to really struggle to come up with unique ideas, melodies, whatever. So this is about scale sequencing. I find this a really useful tool, a really creative tool too, and you can take this in improv, songwriting, soloing, whatever. So let's check it out. What I mean, right, now I'm not talking about this kind of stuff. A lot of people call scale sequences like this. These are more scale patterns. I know it's kind of the same thing, but just how I think of it in my head. So if we take an A major, scale pattern might be, a 4-note little pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Threes, miss a note, come back. They're all really commonly used ones, yeah, but I'm talking about being inventive a little bit and creating your own. So when we talk scale sequences, right, I'm going to pick intervals that I want to hear. So if we think about our intervals in our major scale, we've got a second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh, and an octave, right? So I'm going to pick a few intervals out just at random. I'm just going to do it quickly. We'll make a 6-note phrase to start. So let's go root note, major sixth, fifth, major third, leading tone, major seventh, and my octave. That's now my sequence, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those intervals there, 1, 6, 5, 3, 7, 8. 8 being the octave. You can mess with the rhythm, do whatever. So where this gets interesting is, okay, let's move it over diatonically to the next mode. So instead of playing them major, Dorian, Phrygian, so on, we're going to be playing the sequence through those modes. We'll just do a couple so you get the idea. So think intervals, 1, 6, 5, 3, 7, 8. Miss a note there. Now when we go to Dorian, to play diatonically, it has a flat 7 and a flat 3 in that mode, right? So we've got to adapt that accordingly. If any of those notes in the sequence hit any of those intervals, we've got to adjust them, which they do. So now we get 1, we get 6, we get 5, now we get flat 3, flat 7, and our new octave, right? So check this. Back to the major, Dorian. Now we're getting a sequence going, yeah? Righto? Put them together. We'll mess that one up. Righto? And you can keep going through the Phrygian and so on, however you want to roll it. Now, that's all well and good. You don't want to keep on the sequence the whole way up the modes though, you know what I mean? You want to mix it up. You want to make sure you've got that variation so that your improv still sounds nice. So let's do one more. Let's just go to the Phrygian and then we'll talk about mixing it up just with some regular playing. So the Phrygian here, we've started A, we've gone B Dorian, we're now going to have C sharp Phrygian. Now think about your intervals here, this can be close. So the Phrygian's got a flat 2, 3, 6 and 7. So our 6 compared to the Dorian, the 6 is going to be the only one that's going to be affected from the Dorian shape. Very similar, right? So we're still going to get 1, flat 6, 5, flat 3, flat 7, octave. Now you'll notice with these two, it takes a little second because your fingers are so, drilled into playing scale shapes. Me too. I've been doing these for a little bit, but I try and use these in heaps of solos and stuff that I write, and I teach students as well. But when you come up with your own sequences, it just takes a second. They're just like drills as well. And I find it opens your finger dexterity up a little bit and just gets you thinking differently about scales and how to use them as well. So it's a win-win. So let's get back from the start, right? Sequence 1. Oops. Dorian. Go again. 1, 6. Helps sound the intervals too. One more time. Okay, starting to feel a little bit more natural to me now. Righto, so now we've got a nice little sequence. Of course, play around with your rhythm a bit. But you can start to see that, you can start to remember that. So if I just do a little bit of random improv, trying to keep it pretty scaly, pretty boring. Righto, you don't really remember anything I just played, like it sounded okay, whatever, but you don't really remember anything about it. But if I add in the sequence, right, a bit of random improv. You know what I mean? So every time that sequence came back in, no matter if it was in the A or B Dorian or the C sharp Phrygian, your mind was going, oh yeah, I've heard something like that before. And it's a combination of, because the notes are changing, the intervals being the same, and also the ranges of the notes, you know what I mean? And the rhythm too, I kept the rhythm the same there, it doesn't have to be like that. A mellow, soulful ballad, guitar backing track jam in A by Elevated Jam Tracks, killer channel. If you haven't checked them out already, do so. Okay, so let's talk about this. So I'm just going to do a basic little A major improv. Going to kind of drop most of the techniques and expressive stuff and just keep it really simple. I'm going to try and play it like a scale, you know what I mean? Like, even though I've got rhythm there, you can still tell where I'm ascending, where that next note's going to go. Scale patterns help, like I was saying earlier, doing like, yeah. Even the skips ones, you know. Now, have a listen to the difference when I throw the sequence in there, right? You're starting to remember it. And it's already just making me have different ideas. So put them all together. And you get all these nice little runs. Like I said, keeping the improv pretty simple there. I'm only sticking within that small range, keeping the techniques and the rhythm simple as well. But the scale sequences just provide so much opportunity for, you know, interest and melody and whatnot. Now that was just a simple 6-noter. You could make your sequences quite long, you know what I mean? They could be semi-quaver, full bar long, so you're getting, you know, 16-note sequences and stuff like that. But I encourage you to mess around, and it'll force you to be inventive. So you might go like, you know, say we extended this one out and it went further, for example. So that's what we've got at the moment, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. Say we went for 12. I'd then look, okay, well, the next one maybe I use some string skipping or use a certain technique, use some hybrid picking, try a bend in there, you know what I mean? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make that a sequence, yeah? And then if you start moving it through, you go, okay, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be sequence 2. So again, you just go, okay, does it work? How do I like it? Play it steady first, you know, do your... Then next one, try it out. Put them together. Notice too, I'm tailing the end of each sequence there. So I'm playing it. It finishing it with a little line of the scale. Such a better way to play. Vice versa too, I could start it with a bit of a scale, you know. I could just go, right. You know what I mean? The sequencing was kind of hidden, it was blended a little bit. So, yeah, just a basic little idea. Now, I'm just using scales there. You can use scales, arpeggios. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You could use counterpoint. Anything can be a sequence. It's just thinking of it like that. So, yeah, I encourage you to try some. Yes, it's just one of those things that'll just spice up your playing and just make you sound so much better. But you're actually playing less, you know what I mean? You're not trying as hard. You're just picking certain things and, you know, thinking about it, being a thinking player. So, awesome. Thanks, guys. Give us a subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to do a little exercise soon based on some sequences that I use and create. There's a couple of really good sequences too on JTC guitar by I'm going to say his name wrong, Tremine, however you say it. Really good sequence exercises there too, so I encourage you to check them out. But most importantly, make your own. Righto, have fun. Talk soon.